Tatooine has a million stories, but today we're going to talk about pod racing and film. Now, I'm no expert on cinematography, but I do know one thing. The Phantom Menace's pod racing scene is actually an homage to another famous movie. Granted, it's named after the race in Star Wars Droids, but the actual race itself takes numerous cinematic cues from the 1956 film Ben-Hur. Specifically, the legendary chariot race. The famous chariot race scene of Ben-Hur was a marvel, and is still considered one of the greatest action sequences of all time. The whole segment, which is less than 10% of the 3-hour film, took more than a year of preparation and filming to complete. So anytime you see a white vehicle race a black vehicle, it's almost certainly a reference to Ben-Hur. George Lucas is not the best with dialogue, but he does understand action, and his recreation of Ben-Hur's chariot race is unironically a fantastic modern take on it. Though I do think you should go and watch both scenes in their entirety for yourself, I want to draw attention to just a few of the parallels. Both races open with a long fanfare of flags, trumpets, and the announcement of each racer, overseen by an apathetic local despot. Both of these races are brutal life or death events where not everyone gets out alive. Even the non-racers are at risk. The antagonist sabotages other racers and, in his attempt to eliminate the protagonist, brings about his own destruction after their vehicles become stuck together. There is no soundtrack. Now, granted, the Phantom Menace does have music for the pod race, but it only plays near the end of the last lap when it's just Anakin and Sebulba. Otherwise, the sound effects speak for the intensity of the scenes in both films. In my opinion, the pod racing scene is a more true recreation of the Ben-Hur race than the actual 2016 remake of the film, which included a distractingly loud soundtrack and constantly shaking cameras. Now granted, the original film had shaking cameras too, but this was because they were filming in the back of cars struggling to outrun peak condition racehorses. This was literally as still as they could hold the cameras moving at those speeds in the 1950s. Okay, so as I was editing this video, I realized that technically all three films have a shaking camera at times, but I still maintain the 2006 version went way too far because look at this nonsense. Oh, just for the record, the background Boon to Eve map shown in this video was made by Rogue, not me. Anyway, this isn't usually the kind of video I make for this channel, but I do think it's genuinely interesting and I hope you enjoyed.